I couldn't help myself.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 123 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the
You can't even do it.
Podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What is going on this week, guys?
It's been a week.
It has been a week.
It has been a week.
Scott, who do you want to go first? Us or you?
So let me go through this. I just want to go. I am actually a little pre-intoxicated before coming on. I am sorry for anything that's going to come out of my mouth today. Unfortunately, today I had to say goodbye to the bear dog. He was my 14-year-old lab. We had a little bit of dementia, and we had to say goodbye today. So I know a lot of people listen new bear. So I'm going to say to everybody who has a drink, hold it up, and we're going to say cheers to bear and take that drink.
Cheers, bear.
Pour
Cheers,
one out.
Bear. Yeah, sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah, that sucks.
So
I know, and that was on a fucking.
that's why I'm like,
downer.
do you want to go first? Like, either
Yeah.
way, like,
It's
transition
going
is
to
great.
kill. It's going to be a downer, man.
Yeah, so 123.
123.
Dedicated to bear. I got.
You're my
two
boy,
Fun-
Blue.
I've got two Funko related things.
All right, what'd you get? What wrestling pop did you get signed, Larry?
I haven't gotten any wrestling pop signs since Christmas, I don't think. But I finally bought a Funko soda figure.
Oh, you found one, huh?
Yeah, well, eBay. But yeah, like I checked, like they're fairly limited. They had them at Hot Topic, Bucks Lunch. I checked Hot Topic. I checked Bucks Lunch. Ours were all sold out. So I got a Bob's Big Boy soda figure. It's pretty cool. The can is legit. That's really the main reason I wanted it, was just for the can. And then I got the regular Big Boy figure too, not the Chase, which is perfectly fine because I wanted the one in the red to go with the rest of my Big Boy stuff. So
that's kind of. It's weird that the Chase isn't still in the red. Like,
yeah, but I guess because most people would want the red, I would think. Like, that's the one that clearly I wanted more than the blue.
Like, maybe you do like a different pose or something, but you got to keep the Big Boy in red.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw something up here. Actually, here I got a. Not to interrupt, but we have a person we haven't seen in a little bit live jumping in the chat.
Iron Archer Studio.
Yeah. What's going on, dude?
What up?
And welcome to everybody in the chat this week.
Yeah.
Well, we have it. We got Manny, we got Ed, Hockey's there. I think that's all I've seen so far.
A lot of other people.
A lot of other people, but the people that have commented so far. So anyways, so you got your thing. I'm glad
so I
that you
got that.
that.
I was happy. That was the one I wanted the most. The cans are pretty cool. Sully talked with Talkin' Pops when they were at New York Toy Fair, and Sully mentioned how like this is just the first wave, and they're gonna be like coming pretty quick because like this one's limited to 7,500, so like 7,500 is going to sell pretty quick, right? They're probably already sold out like on the distribution level, so there's going to be a whole bunch more coming really soon that we don't even know who they are yet. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm hoping there's some other ones that I like. So far, like there's Masters of the Universe, there's some Hanna-Barbera stuff, but the Batman was the only other one that I sort of wanted.
Yeah, I haven't found any of them out here. Like,
it's hard.
There's like none of them out here. Because I was looking for like just one, just to have, like just for can. Because I'm not necessarily a fan of the figures themselves.
It's the can.
I agree.
The
it's
can.
the can.
It's the can. So I want the can. Like, well, honestly, I think the can plus the can is also easy display.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
super easy display.
Yeah, I agree. You have to get one.
Yeah,
I saw Think Geek had them too, I think, as far as like mainstream stores go. But
yeah. So I have a Think Geek out here. So that's actually where I checked like this last weekend.
Okay.
So I might head up again tomorrow just to see if they have any.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I almost went to. I think my Hot Topic got the like Lion-O and Frankenberry this week, and I almost stopped on the way home just because I wanted them.
You need to get Thundercats. Oh,
yeah. And I like Thundercats, but I knew I was waiting for this one, and yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get sucked into the Funko Soda figures like all the way, but they are pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what else is pretty cool? ShumiStore.com. Hold on, bear with me. This is like legit.
What?
So Shumi, my favorite place to buy Funko Pops, had an announcement this week that they worked with the post office and got their shipping rates lowered. So if you've ever gone to ShumiStore.com, like went to check out and you saw the shipping price and you're like, ugh, it's like a little bit too high, right? It's not Amazon. It's not some of the other big box retailers, like, because Shumi is just a small business. But he worked with the post office. So if you go check out now, they've got lower price shipping, which is awesome. And you can still enter code STS Guys and save 10%. So shout out to Shumi.
Chilling like a villain early.
Yeah, early.
Shumi.
I figured it was worth bringing up. Like, it's pretty cool. They still got that mid-box guarantee, too. So way better than Amazon, even though Amazon still gives you free shipping.
Yeah, but they give you free shipping in a guaranteed destroyed box.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's true. Like
you have to order like 6 to hopefully you get one
that's
one.
acceptable.
And, yeah.
It's a crapshoot, but you know what? Whatever. It's the game that you play.
I mean, it's like just like Funko Pops on Amazon, like everything. It's easy, man. Like it's way too easy to be like, oh, $8, add to cart.
Oh yeah,
why not?
And
it's like driving, like when I go to Harbor Freight, I'm like, I don't need 300 screwdrivers, but it's $4.
yeah, exactly.
Guess I'm going home with some screwdrivers today.
Jeremy, before you do yours, shout out to the Facebook chat. Steffi Monster, what's up?
What up,
Steffi? What's going on?
What do you got, man?
All right, so I finally, it's been a long year, new job, everything else.
It has. It's been a year.
I've been in Texas for a year now.
It's crazy.
So job's been going really good. So I finally decided, you know what? I'm breaking down. I'm gonna, I want to buy something that I've always wanted and do something crazy.
So Jeremy says this is finally I'm buying something stupid with my money.
Yeah. So,
right. What stupid thing did you buy with your money?
Well, it's not here yet. I actually just ordered all the stuff. I just ordered all the stuff for it between last night and tonight. I'm gonna build a virtual pinball machine, like full size.
Oh, like cool. The digital screen. Yeah, the digital one. Yeah.
Like we saw at Game On Expo.
Yeah.
So, that's the only place I've ever seen them.
Yeah. So it's going to have a digital screen for like the back glass and then a digital screen for, like I said, the play field. So that way, like I said,
cool.
You can actually switch through the machines and it actually will look like the actual machine.
As long as you get the game from XP.
Yeah. So
as long as you get that one as a digital one, like I'm all in.
So there's this there's a site that sells like this this kit. Let me try to pull it up real quick. That where you can actually, it has like this the cabinet and you just basically get to fill it with the, like I said, the components. So let me pull it up here. Virtual pinball. So let me share my screen real quick. Share screen. Application. Yeah, so this is the actual like kit itself. So it doesn't come with like the screens or this is literally just the cabinet that everything goes in. So you still have to have like a PC that powers the pinball, like I said, the actual screens. If they actually buy, like I said, the two screens themselves.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's a full size, like legitimate, like
so it's got the buttons, the like controller and everything all preset in it.
Yep, it's all preset in it. So literally just add your monitors, add your PC, you're good to go.
Very cool.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so I've wanted to do something like this for a while, and I love pinball like immensely. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do something stupid.
And it looks like a nice solid machine too, so that's actually pretty cool.
Oh, it's great. Well, and the funny thing is, like I said, all this is the legs and like I said, all this metal right here, they're actually off of like Stern pinball machine. So basically they're actually genuine Stern like pinball parts. So this company is making these kits with. So
Yeah, so the bulk of the body, it's pretty legit then. That's cool. I like the fact that pinball's fun, and like maybe it's probably not like my go-to arcade thing that I've ever played like consistently to get to the point where I felt I was good enough. But like a home one, you're gonna be like a pinball wizard.
Yeah, the wizard.
Plus, you get the virtual part, like you get the ability to customize it. So when you get tired of one game style, you just switch it up. Like it never gets old. So
that's the one thing that's always kept me from getting a pinball machine.
Yeah,
is
I'd so get tired of Walking Dead pinball so fast.
Yeah, like it's the same machine over and over again. You're like, fuck, I don't want this anymore.
The funny thing is, so like I said, I was actually weighing, like I said, the choices back and forth. Like, do I go all in? Because I actually was looking at, like I said, that Deadpool. That's the one that we saw.
The one Jeremy and I saw at San Diego were playing.
San Diego, when we went to the pinball area in San Diego Comic-Con last year.
Yeah.
I would actually like that one a lot.
I almost bought that one. So I'm like, you know what? I almost legitimately bought that one, but I'm like, what if it breaks? And like, so this, I'm like, do I know how to like fix a pinball machine? I'm like, I'm like, hey, but computers, I can fix like crazy. So I'm like, let me try to price out the virtual route to see like, kind of what the price is, and it's actually way cheaper to go the actual virtual route. So it's about actually half the cost.
Wow.
So Jeremy, real quick, Iron Archer here has brought up the. Have you guys seen the small arcade machines sold at like Walmart and the other places? Jeremy, do you want to turn your screen?
Yeah.
Let's count.
I mean, like 1, 2, 3.
Three of them over there.
Yeah. So
amongst a tower of random Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Those were all my 10 inches.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. But yeah, no, so yeah, and then the one on the very end, that last one, that one's the gutted custom one.
Yeah, the one you modded, so you can play everything.
So
yeah,
very
but
cool.
I can actually load the Deadpool pinball machine on this thing because someone actually basically digitized it.
Perfect.
So I'm like, it's perfect.
Yeah, no brainer, right?
That's
very
great.
cool.
Like I said, the Deadpool one's nice, but you need to get the little space. It's Space Cadet, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need Space Cadet from Microsoft XP. It was that demo of
the initial
the arcade game thing, and it had the demo at the one level that you could play with Space Cadet. You need to put that on there. If you don't, I will literally fly to Texas and punch you in the mouth.
So I said, the funny thing is, I said, did you know that was the very first virtual pinball game? So that's basically like the only reason I said when I was like doing all my research, like I said, like before we go on this journey of virtual pinball, let's show where it started. And then like I said, it was Space Cadet.
Oh, cool.
That works. And that no one knew this, but that was a demo. There was like an entire game that had multiple different machines on that. But like you could only play the Space Cadet one on the XP, like pre-install or whatever it was.
Oh, so, Space Cadet. Windows XP.
The game that no one really knew was on there. So when you're in school, you could. In typing class, you could bust out Space Cadet and play some pinball.
I don't remember this. I have to look it up real quick.
Oh, you remember it. The second you see it, you're gonna be like,
yeah, you'll remember it. Like I said,
when you hit the ball, and it's like,
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool.
So,
I had a pinball game for the NES too. That was okay. That was like the most pinball I ever played. I wonder if they have that. Probably.
So we got a question in here too. It says, are you guys going to FDO?
Fanatics Day Out.
I have my tickets for Phoenix.
I don't know if I'll be traveling or not for work, but like I said, I potentially might be going to the one in San Antonio.
That would be cool.
I'm surprised they don't have one in Austin.
So I don't know how the cities are determined, but I feel like San Antonio's had one for at least a couple years that I've been going, so I think that's why.
That's just
right,
the way,
and it's one of those.
That's just the way it is.
It's close enough, yeah. But they added a bunch of new cities this time. Like San Diego's going to have one. I think there's one in Orlando for the first time too. So there's a few new cities. So it keeps growing, which is cool. This will be my third. I went 2017 and 2018. And And then it's technically every other year. So last year was off year, but it's back for Fanatics Day Out 9. It's going to be in Phoenix at Dave & Buster's.
Ooh.
Yeah, hosted by Hughes. It's going to Snack Daddy.
Speaking of pinball.
Yeah. Do they have pinball at Dave & Buster's?
Do they?
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. It might be upstairs. But yeah, maybe not.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't think it's the Westgate one.
I don't think the ones that we have, have the pinball. But I've been to ones that do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, ours doesn't, but it's cool. So I talked my wife into going, so it'll be my wife's first Funko event, and Ian's going, of course. So it'll be different. It'll be good different.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's gonna be good. It's gonna be
watching the family go, what the hell is wrong with all these people?
It'll be interesting. She's got a ton of pops. She just has. It's hard to get 3 tickets to like fun days or anything. So she's never had the privilege of going to a Funko event until this May.
That's
gonna be awesome.
Very first Funko event.
Yeah.
Thy will be done.
Yep.
So perfect. So it's been a week, and we have really nothing to talk about this week. But there's something I did want to bring up. Nate actually talked about it. I'm sad that he's not going to be here, guys. I'm throwing up an image here. We're gonna do kind of. We got to discuss something here. So give me a second here. I'm sorry for anybody on the chat. Just look up the Robert Pattinson Batman, and you can follow along. We got to talk about the Batman, dude. We got some leaked images on set of this suit.
Awesome. I don't think I've seen these yet. I know Nate talked about it, but I didn't look it up. So Batman, leaked image, and video reveal Bat Cycle.
Yeah. So we got this Bat suit. So there's a couple things.
It's not even Pattinson. It's stunt.
It's stunt double.
Oh, really?
Of course, it's a stunt double. He's actually driving a motorcycle. Of course, it's not him. Still got the weird butt chin, but still. Here's a couple of things that I thought was kind of weird. I'm gonna hover my mouse. I don't know if you guys can kind of see it, but are those tracking dots?
Like on his face?
Yeah, it looks like they're doing things. So they're either going to CG Pattinson's face back on here, or this
chin,
or they're gonna have some CG on here.
Yeah. I just Googled it and brought up the bigger image, and there's definitely some red dots on his face.
Yeah, so I think it's CG tracking dots. So get ready for some form of CG on his face.
Yeah,
probably you're right, to put Pattinson's face back on that guy.
It's
but
probably all it is. Yeah.
So there's one thing I like in this image. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm sorry for anybody that's looking at it. The bat symbol looks like it's made out of a kind of looks like it's like modified and like re-welded gun parts.
Yeah, so
I don't know if you see that. It looks like, so if they use it as it's from the gun that killed his parents or something like that, I'm all in. I like the idea that he's practically incorporating that metal into his suit.
And if they do that, they said that's my heroes. That's my idol's contribution.
That's a Kevin Smith edition, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is from the
Is that what one of the ones he wrote?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's how the bat symbol was made.
And that's what it looks like, yeah.
But this fucking mask, dude. I am sorry. What's with the bug goggles and the weird? I don't know. To me, there's two things. The goggles are wrong. It looks like he's wearing a snorkel, and then the
they are very Walmart swimming goggles for kids.
Yeah, this is swimming goggles, a size too small for his face, and then you got his spiked ears. They're too far back. I don't like the profile that it makes on his head. So
it's weird.
So we're gonna go down. Here's the cycle, right? But when you see the profile of the bat, it's a helmet with two thingies in the back. I don't like the way that
positioned kind of weird, yeah.
And then what he has
darts,
or is those little spiky rods or something that he has? He's not using batarangs, he's just throwing fucking sharpened sticks.
On his wrists?
Yeah. So, but it
Yeah,
looks
I
like
don't
we're
know
gonna
what
have
that
a motorcycle chase of some kind.
That one.
Here, let's play the video.
Are they in a cemetery?
Oh, yeah, that is a cemetery.
Yeah. So in this scene, he's chasing Catwoman. So like that's the
Okay.
Yeah,
that's that girl. Right? So that one right
Okay.
there.
yeah, it's supposed to be.
Hey, Mark, what's going on?
So,
Hey, Mark.
hey guys, yeah. So like, yeah, as Manny brings up, the Batgirl, right? Reminds me of Batgirl from the Joel Schumacher
Oh yeah.
Batgirl, right? Where
Yeah,
she
with
starts off
Clooney.
riding the motorcycle. I don't know. Like there's some good parts. I like the suit itself. I like how it's like armored a little bit more. Like if they're going with like a younger Batman, having the bigger, bulkier armor pieces makes sense. And I like, well, Petson down here that's playing. But it's that helmet, dude, and the mask. Like I want a better cowl. It's not a good cowl. And that's what you're going to see the most in this movie.
Yeah, it's Batman.
It's Batman. And if you don't get that right, it's bad. Like that, I really hope that like moving that looks better, and that's maybe that's just his helmet when he's riding his bike and he has a different cowl. Like
It's the Bat helmet.
It's the Bat helmet, maybe.
Gotta be
hoping. Safe. But yeah, that mask is just look at this thing, dude.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be okay.
The mask looks like some like bad cosplayer, like he's trying to be Batman.
It does. It is.
Like your first attempt. Your first attempt at a Batman cosplay. You don't know exactly how to make the helmet, but you're gonna tough it out anyhow.
And you went and got a bunch of
helmet. Let me stick some cardboard on the back.
Yeah. And then for my costume, I got all this gear from when I used to play paintball. I'm just gonna spray paint it black. Like those look like paintball pads. Like look at that. Like,
it does.
It's like. And as somebody said, like there's hopefully the storyline is good. They're going to the route with too many villains and too many people that they're jamming in here that I don't know if it can be good. Like
it is concerning.
It's concerning that you have more than two. Like if you have more than two villains, it's in the movie. I'm concerned.
Right?
And
There's
we have
precedence.
More than two.
There's precedence that when you try to cram too many villains in, like Batman and Robin or Spider-Man 3, it kind of falls apart. So
yeah,
like he would be the saving grace. And so like I said, this is supposed to be kind of like the reboot of Batman, right?
Yeah.
Like if these other villains that are there are just like they're just there. It's not like a main rogue. It's just literally just like oh, I encountered this person and then they're done. And then
yeah. So like we have like he needs to go get something from the Penguin at some point, and then that's 10 minutes of the movie, and then it moves on. I would be okay with that.
Yeah, that would be cool. Nobody's ever really done that before.
Yeah, with the exception of like I said, if it's like Gotham TV series, like you had all these people that were going to eventually be these villains, kind of interacting with each other, and Gordon kind of interacting with this entire crew of people. Like if they're just there, like, and they're not like, hey, the main rogue of the story that they're trying to take down, which hopefully that's not the case. I think that would fit.
It would be cool because then you're setting stuff up. I like it when you set stuff up.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe Riddler's in it, maybe not as the main bad guy, but the guy, right? You see Riddler and be like, oh, he's going to be back for the next one. And then when those trailers start coming out, I get excited because I'm like, oh yeah, I remember him in the Batman Part 1.
Yeah. Right. And just call him Enigma, and like just hint like,
or
he goes to some guy in Wayne Enterprises that has Enigma, on
like
his
name badge or something.
On his name badge or on his desk, and he's like, "Oh, okay, hi." He's like, "Oh, it's the Riddler," but it's not yet the Riddler. Like, yeah.
Well, I think if they did, like I said, they just had like those like little mini like kind of like glimpses of these characters. I think that also proves why there needs to be a Batman. So if there's just like one person, like I said, out of everything, like I said, and this is supposed to be an early on depiction of Batman, like why does he need to become Batman to take down basically one person? And so if there's these little glimpses of stuff happening, like, hey, you know what? I need to invest time into creating this persona to take all these people down.
Yeah, because Gotham's in chaos.
Exactly.
Right? Like, right. We need somebody. So
But
that would be cool.
So I still kind of like the idea of like the original one was more gangsters at the time. Like I kind of like the idea that Batman, as he gets more dramatic and starts to, be more of this like fear factor for villains, that more scary and interesting characters come out. Like, it's kind of that whole like they make each other kind of a dynamic that always shows up in the Batman comics is like if Batman wasn't there, it would just be normal gangsters taking over Gotham, right? Like you wouldn't have these masked supervillains because they don't have they would have never had the chance to rise to power or become who they were.
I also my other wish for this movie is I want him to suck at being Batman. Kind of like I said, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Tom Holland sucked at being Spider-Man.
Yeah, right. He's still figuring stuff out.
So if that happens, I'd be on board with that.
Let me fill my eyes. I'm sorry.
If only there was a mute button. It's okay.
I've been drinking. Lay off, mate.
Well, I don't know. Like I'm fairly excited for this reboot. Like, we're all gonna go see it. But like, are they rebooting the entire DCEU at this point? Because I heard a rumor about Henry Cavill Superman this week too.
Ooh, nice segue.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure like Henry Cavill is flat out done with Superman, right?
It seems like it, yeah. So the big tease this week was that he was going to join the MCU in some capacity, like at the beginning of the week. And then that somehow morphed into Henry Cavill's going to be Wolverine. And then that developed into Henry Cavill's going to be Wolverine in Captain Marvel 2. I don't know. What do you guys think? Any legs to that rumor?
Yeah. So, I mean... Henry Cavill's a big enough nerd that I'm sure if they're like, "Do you want to be Wolverine?" he'd be like, "Fuck yeah, I'll be Wolverine." And if anybody could do it, he could. To be fair,
I can see it because what movie was that?
Was that Superman? Where when he's
let me here.
Where he's like shirtless because he's a hairy dude, and
so,
then it's got like the. Here, pull. All right, Jamie, pull it up. Yeah. That one right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right there. That's Wolverine.
That could be Wolverine.
That could be Wolverine, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's 100% could be him.
I think he's a little tall, but I don't think I care about that.
Like 6'4".
Yeah, I know. Like that was the complaint I saw online. It was like, oh, he's too tall. But like, I think I don't care about that once the movie actually starts. Like, I don't care how tall Wolverine is in the comics. Oh, look at that.
He could be Wolverine. That's pretty literally. You could even take this character right there, and just change.
That's Wolverine right there, 100%. Yeah. So just so you know, Henry Cavill is 1 inch shorter than Hugh Jackman.
Oh, okay. So see exactly. And it didn't matter for Hugh Jackman, so everybody can shut up about that. Who cares?
They're both above 6 feet. And
whatever.
Traditionally, Wolverine's like 5'4" in the comics. So
but nobody in real life is 5'4". That's a little dude. No offense if anybody listening is 5'4".
Larry, we personally know somebody who's a male who is 5'4". So
really want to do a shout out.
Yeah.
Can't, must.
Yeah. As Iron Archer says, Danny DeVito for Wolverine. Yeah. I'm down with that one too.
He's old.
Danny DeVito should be Puck.
Yeah. Yeah. Danny DeVito was the original casting call for Wolverine.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But at least that was 20 years ago when he was younger. Now he's old.
He's looked the same since his days on Taxi.
All right. So since we're kind of randomness anyway for this episode, and since we're talking about rumors with, like I said, Henry Cavill being Wolverine, let's pick other stars of who we'd place in the MCU, in these new upcoming movies that are happening. So honestly, I'd like to see John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, that one makes sense. And he's even talked about it in interviews and stuff, I think. So I feel like that one might happen.
Yeah, I could 100% see that happening.
And he's a well-known star, but he's not a huge star, right? He had that one movie that was super popular. He was in Jack Ryan on Amazon.
Yeah, he's Jack Ryan, which
like he's
are
done some
phenomenal.
cool stuff. Yeah, he's done some cool stuff since The Office, but like he's not like super mega movie star, like Henry Cavill or whatever. And it seems like at least the old Marvel formula was to get lesser stars, like Chris Hemsworth wasn't much, Mark Ruffalo, like they weren't necessarily household names like they are now.
They got Andy from Parks and Rec, for God's sake.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Like,
The guy who fell in the pit on Parks and Rec. Star-Lord.
Suddenly became Star-Lord and like has that scene where he's just an absolute monster.
Yeah.
Do you see any of so we have like all these Fox properties, and we have all these people who played some of these characters from the X-Men in the past. I said, do you see anybody coming back to reprise any of their characters?
I mean, a lot of them I probably couldn't name by name, but do you think like Halle Berry Storm would come back?
Yeah. What about like
no, like you can't redo anybody from the original one. The only one that I think would be okay with is bringing Patrick Stewart back as Professor X, but I think he's a little old for that. Like I think you need to.
Have you seen that Star Wars show? He's looking pretty old.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Have you seen that Star Trek show? He's looking pretty old.
You just.
I said Star Trek.
Yeah, you made a bunch of you just made a bunch of enemies. So yeah, like I think you have to distance yourself from the Fox properties and bring in all new characters. I really don't think you could recycle any of those X-Men characters back, unfortunately. And a lot of them are getting old, man. Like I've seen like Ian McKellen and like I said, Patrick Stewart, they're all old. Yeah. So you either have to bring in the new guys, which you have Fassbender and McAvoy coming back in for it, but those later movies sucked, so I don't want them to get recycled.
And that's probably why they would want to distance themselves.
Yeah, right. Is you have the well, and
shit. Iron Archer points out like besides Ryan Reynolds, that's a given, right? I think Deadpool's. No changes. That's going to be fine.
Well, they've already said that he has another one coming out anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, even if he doesn't cross over into the MCU, he's still going to be there. And it's Deadpool. Like, the whole fourth wall breaking thing, he already comments on it in the movies about multiple different versions of timelines. So, having him show up is fine.
Yeah. Well, mine is actually another rumor that I wanted to bring up. Was for the Disney Plus show She-Hulk. There was a casting call or whatever that they were looking for an Alison Brie type actress to play She-Hulk. I'd really like to just see Alison Brie. She's an Alison Brie type actress. So, why can't you just get Alison Brie?
Wasn't it that she had like some awkwardly dodged the question? So I'm thinking that when they said Alison Brie like actress, it's because they got Alison Brie.
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah.
They just haven't wanted to say it.
Yeah, they haven't said it. So the thing I'm looking at here too also has, Ewan McGregor and Colin Farrell, which are both currently in DC movies, also in talks for something in Captain Marvel too. So maybe more potential. Are we going to get Shi'ar? Like, can I say? Can we get some like Shi'ar into this mix and start to bring that in? So we have the 3-prong war.
I have no idea what that is, but okay.
Larry, Jeremy, what do you think about having the Shi'ar come in?
I think you have to do it right. I don't think you're going to have it anytime soon.
No, well, it's hard because then you explain that like some mutants are actually just children of Shi'ar parents, and like that sort of thing. But
you have to go to like Children of the Atom storylines and
maybe that's a more down the road kind of thing. Right. I think if you introduce X-Men, you kind of got to do it the same way that those, that the Patrick Stewart X-Men movies were. That's what we know, right? Don't confuse me. There's already going to be a lot going on when those universes merge.
So Here's something that's interesting. So they said one of the other rumors is Jessica Chastain is
Ooh.
also in rumors. See, to me, she would make a good version of like adult Jean Grey.
I was thinking Felicia Day. Can't we get Felicia Day as Jean Grey?
Yeah.
I mean, can't say anything bad about her. She was on the podcast.
I know she is a friend of our podcast, so I'm not going to say anything bad. But like, she the problem with Felicia Day is she's at that point where she's not really looked at like as like the mature person, but she's not really that younger. She can't fit the younger or the older. Like she's like us, mid-30s. We're like, meh, like, and we look at like it's not to say anything bad, but like if you're gonna have like the X-Men come back in, you either have them as full-on adults or you introduce them as brand new characters.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, you do one of the two. Like alternate reality gets merged into ours and they're already established and they're the adult versions of the characters. Or you have like them just be like, oh, kids are starting to mutate now. We need to have this whole thing go on.
Well, I said some things. I said I think we're gonna. I have this concept and this idea of how we're going to get Fantastic Four. I think that all of our Fantastic Four is going to be created. I think they're all going to be sword agents at first. Because, like I said, if you look at some of the set leak photos from WandaVision and Falcon, and I kept
I have it pulled up, Jeremy, so you can.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, that logo right there is basically it said what took over. So it's sword, and then you have Jimmy Woo, and then the adult version of Jessica Rambo. The new.
Oh yeah.
So it's all going to. So there's going to be these sword agents that are going to happen, and I guarantee you that probably all these basically everyone that's going to be a part of the Fantastic Four was a previous sword agent. So I think
that would be. I mean, you've established Nick Fury on the spaceship, so you could still do the whole like cosmic energy thing, like they're investigating something and they get turned, right? Mm-hmm. Like you could 100% do that.
So
is it sad that I'm really glad to see him back?
Because I loved
because
I love Randall Park.
Yeah. I loved his character.
Is this how I bring up that I'm watching Fresh Off the Boat now still?
Like anything he's been in so far, I have thoroughly enjoyed.
He was really good in Ant-Man and the Wasp and stuff.
Yeah,
the little bits that he's in there.
Yeah, he stole the show whenever he was in the scene with him.
So speaking of Fresh Off the Boat, how do we get Constance Wu into the MCU? Because she's pretty awesome. Are there any like Asian women actresses or characters that we need to be filled? Because she's a little bit older, but she's pretty awesome.
She played Deathstrike.
She could be Lady Deathstrike.
Yeah, she could totally be Lady Deathstrike.
Yeah.
Who is was it Cindy Moon? Was it the actress Awkwafina that was in Homecoming that played Cindy Moon? Was it Awkwafina? Right? Like, yeah. I mean,
the water?
Yes, the water. Yeah.
Like Dasani, Awkwafina?
Yeah, Awkwafina. So so I think it had a name tag that was like Cindy Moon. So there's a potential that we have Silk too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's way too, Constance Wu is way too old for that, but
yeah, but
Silk would be awesome.
Yeah. Say we have Silk, and we've already seen one of a potential Silk in the MCU anyway.
Do you think with Sam? I don't think we've talked about this on the podcast. Do you think with Sam Raimi doing Doctor Strange, are we somehow going to bring in Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
You know what I want?
It's this multiverse of something or other.
You know what I want? Is just multiple versions of Bruce Campbell.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we're going to get at least one.
At least one Bruce Campbell in it. That seems easy. Huh?
Yeah.
So because
maybe it's Bruce Campbell and Tobey Maguire as the waiters at the restaurant, both doing bad French accents.
I think it's plausible. Like as much as crazy as it sounds, I actually think it's plausible.
So I would think it was possible until Into the Spider-Verse showed up, because they've already just done the whole alternate reality version of Spider-Man teaches the new generation of Spider-Man whole aspect. Like MCU's crossing into the Spider-Verse territory with that, and I think they would want to try to avoid that.
No, but Sony's buddy with Marvel now.
They're not that buddy.
Oh, they're all in. They're all in.
Yeah, because they like this thing called money, but I think they want their own shit to go on too.
No, but here's the thing. So they have what was I reading the other day? There's an untitled movie, like an untitled Sony movie that comes out the same day as an untitled Marvel movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's weird.
Like superhero, like
that can't be a coincidence.
And I'm like, it can't be a coincidence. Like it's because why go? So why drop one of your super blockbusters against going another super blockbuster? That doesn't happen. No. Unless, like I said, it's for a specific reason.
So I'm going to show up here because, like as much thing, Iron Archer brings this up here. I'm screen sharing one thing too. Whenever there is pizza to be had at my house, the Times photo here is the pizza time photo.
Is that like when you text your wife and you're like, I want to have pizza for dinner?
Yeah, it's pizza time. Yeah, like I would love to have Tobey Maguire back, but I just don't think they're gonna do it.
Not back in a big way, but back in some way. Even like an after credit scene or something. It's gotta happen. It's gotta. Like, come on, Sam Raimi. It's gotta happen. You know,
I would actually like him to bring back Doc Ock, to be honest.
So,
because he had one of the best versions of Doc Ock.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
All right, so here's what adds a whole bunch of confusion to this too. Like in regards to even the plausible, like I said, of what and where and how Morbius fits into this mess.
Yeah.
So
it won't.
When does that come out?
It's Venom style.
No, so you have but you have Keaton.
Yeah.
You also have all the set leak photos of basically where's Spider-Man, which basically adds to the story of him running away after Far From Home and going underground. But the logo on basically that they're utilizing basically the old school Spider-Man like Daily Bugle logos. For that, like I said, it's like this modge podge of where does Morbius exactly fit with all this on top of on top of all these different things. Oh yeah, I found the article.
So can I say here's who I would actually like to have back? I want Willem Dafoe back.
Really?
Yeah.
Can he at least get a different suit?
Yeah, well, just give him update his suit a little bit, but have him just be as fucking crazy as he normally is.
He is pretty crazy. He makes good faces.
He does make good faces, and like he's a scary looking man. like he plays a great villain because you're like, that dude actually probably could shank me.
What are the chances that Topher Grace comes back? Greater than 0, right?
That I'm going to tell you right now, it's at a 0.
Damn it.
He's too busy making edits of Star Wars movies anyway. He's
doing God's work.
He's doing God's work. To be fair, his cut of the Star Wars prequels is actually the best way to watch it. I will give that man some credit. But yeah,
I haven't watched those. But
then again, too, like if we bring Tobey Maguire in, are we all going to gloss over the fact that if you rewatch the OG Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire is clearly a 30-year-old man playing a high school student in that movie.
Yeah.
Like it is no question that man is in his 30s.
Yeah. No, fair.
Like I said, who cares? Like I said, without those movies, though, like I said, we wouldn't have this whole MCU and everything else like that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And at the time, who cared? We didn't.
It was
care.
Spider-Man
It was
and
fine.
Blade, man. Those two are what
Yeah.
really got MCU movies to be able to be where they're at.
And the first X-Men movies.
The first two.
Those are the third one was junk.
Hey, Larry. Do you
Hey.
know what happens to a toad when it gets struck by lightning?
What?
The same thing that happens to everything else. This is what happens when I've been drinking. I'm sorry.
Did you know, or did you remember that Bryce Dallas Howard from Jurassic World was in Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, she played
She was Gwen, right?
Yeah, no, not Gwen.
Who is she?
It's the other one. She's the girl that gives him his check at the end of the day. She's not Gwen Stacy because Gwen
Who's
Stacy.
Gwen? Oh, and she's not blonde.
Yeah, she has black hair in the
Yeah.
thing. She's oh god, who? Oh, why am I drawing a blank?
Oh, yeah. Like the receptionist, right?
Yeah.
No, Bryce Dallas Howard was Gwen Stacy. Thank you very much. If I just kept reading the article, I know who you mean, but she was Gwen. Whew. I just redeemed myself for that for that Picard Star Wars comment.
So who is the?
I know who you mean. I don't know. She's not in the Wikipedia.
All right, I gotta pull this up because who am I thinking of?
I have no idea. I know exactly what scene you mean, and I can picture at the desk of the Daily Bugle, but I don't know. You know, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Sandman come back. Who doesn't love Thomas Hayden Church?
Hey, he's not really doing anything.
No, they should bring.
Oh shit! So okay, it was Elizabeth Banks played Betty Brant.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it was Elizabeth Banks was also in Spider-Man 3 as his third love interest from the comics.
Yeah, that's right.
He just all full of love.
She's old too.
They're all old now. Yeah, like
she's old. She's got that pitch perfect money. She doesn't need to.
Oh no, she doesn't need to be in a Spider-Man movie anymore. Yeah, like
you know what? Regardless of even Spider-Man movies, you know what else is exciting?
What?
Because I think I don't know how much longer we
dude, we're just milk on this shit.
Stretching this out like Play-Doh.
You know what else is exciting?
What?
Better Call Saul is back.
Oh, seriously? Like back? Like it's on already?
Yeah, it's on. They're on. It'll be a third episode this weekend.
What?
So,
where have I been?
So I'm a bad fan because I didn't know this. And I'm starting to get the thing of like, at what point are they going to just tell Breaking Bad stories from a different perspective?
No, this is the last season. So it's an extended last season. So like,
oh, okay.
So I said I won't spoil anything because it's not. If you cut your
clearly I'm going to say 2/3 of the world doesn't even know that it's out.
Yeah. So it's back. He's now practicing as Saul Goodman. Like
okay. To be fair, they dropped an episode on February 23rd and February 24th.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's really been back for a week.
Yeah.
They're just cranking them out.
So like I said, I think there's like 15 episodes or 15 episodes.
It says 10 according to Wikipedia. I don't know if that's right or not. Yeah, April 20th is the last one.
Yeah.
So, but no, thank you. I did not know that it was back. That is kind of one of my favorite shows that's currently running.
Yeah. So,
I am going to watch that tonight or tomorrow.
Episode 2 of this thing was fantastic.
Yeah.
See the intro to episode 2. 50% off. Like that's all I can say. It's 50% off. Like it's
all right.
It's fantastic.
Does somebody get cut in half?
No.
No.
Just watch it.
All right. Yeah, no, thank you. We should maybe we should do a Better Call Saul episode around April 20th.
I think we should do that. I think we should do a Better Call Saul.
We've never done that. That would be
we haven't really talked about it other than the whole he called his fate thing. Like we've talked about that a couple of times, but really never talked about Saul. So
yeah. No. Yeah, that's Ed points out that it's new episodes every Monday and 420 is Monday. So maybe we can do that if we remember.
I think that should happen. Because one, well, even like the first episode from the season, like I said, we get to check back in that flash forward into the future where we see Gene, I said at his Cinnabon, and if we remember from last season, like I said, the last flashback, someone recognized him as Saul. Like I said, they recognize Gene as Saul, and that continues on. I said in this first episode flash forward. So,
okay.
Are we maybe to get like part of the season actually in current time?
That would be fantastic if that were to
happen.
Just skip all of the Breaking Bad timeline, and then like the last couple episodes are like
literally the last episode is just what happens to Gene.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I would kind of like that. That was one of the reasons why I liked the El Camino movie. Was it kind of gave it like an idea of like what's happening after everything went down. So having another like, other than just those quick scenes of him working at fucking, Cinnabon, like having more like here's the live action stuff would be cool.
Yeah, right. You could set up some type of like event, right? You need some type of plot point that he has to run from somebody or something. That'd be cool.
And then that's the last episode starts in black and white like it normally does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It does this thing, and then all of a sudden it fades into color. So it catches up. And so like then the entire last episode is just basically what he does.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would like that. That would be a cool way to round it out.
It's a unique idea, and I'd say that the whole Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul like universe is usually pretty creative. So it's probably not out of the question. They like to push the envelope. They like to come up with the new ideas. That's all I got.
I love a skinny. Scott's mentioned before. Badger show.
Yeah.
Skinny Pete and Badger, best friends for life.
like a sitcom comedy.
Yeah.
I do. I would watch at least a made for TV movie, kind of like El Camino style of Skinny Pete and Badger.
Dude, put on Netflix and everybody will watch it.
Yeah, like people would watch Skinny Pete and Badger, small time drug dealer.
Yeah, right. Have them looking for girls or something, and or just hanging out on the couch,
doing random like Star Trek episodes. They're just like coming up with random episodes.
Yeah. And like at some point when the episodes is, does Skinny Pete go? How does he go pick out a new beanie? Like, he needs a new one.
How does Badger get a new car?
Yeah.
Ooh. Aaron has one more MCU question, and then we'll wrap up. He says, "Would you guys want to see General Ross as Red Hulk?"
Yeah, of course.
Seems super likely at this point.
You cannot give us General Ross as much as you have in the MCU without him becoming Red Hulk at some point.
Yeah.
So old.
He is old, but then like you can.
But he gets the Hulk stuff. He's fine.
Yeah, he gets the Hulk stuff. He can be CG for most of it. Like make him a bad guy, at least for a part of the She-Hulk TV show.
See, that's what that can totally set up. So, yeah, I like She-Hulk's so far away, but I'm excited. I saw that what is it, Falcon and Winter Soldier production got held up because of coronavirus.
Everything did, like
ruining my life, man.
Yeah, like
it's killing
my stocks are done.
My 401k is getting a hit.
Yeah. I said one Chinese person ate an undercooked bat, and now the world economy has lost $11 billion.
Oh,
it's like 11 trillion or something like that.
Right? Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's like, dude, don't eat a fucking bat. Like, god damn it. Shouldn't have to tell you this.
We hungry, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right. Well,
on that note,
Larry, do your thing.
If you've enjoyed this episode and you're not following us on Instagram, go follow us at STS Guys. And follow us on Twitter at STS Guys. And guess what? We're on the Facebook at the STS Guys. And I'm Larry from the STS Guys.
Chilling like a villain.
Don't forget to head to shumistore.com and get those Funko Pops. They got great pop protectors and new lower shipping rates. Enter code STS Guys, save 10%. You know where else you can save money? AnimatedApparelCompany.com. I just got an awesome Nightmare Before Christmas t-shirt in the mail this week. And you know what? I went to AnimatedApparelCompany.com and I entered code STS Guys. I saved 10% and I got free shipping. Animated Apparel Company. It's the best.
It's the best.
Check out our friends. Check out our friends' podcasts like Talking Pops, Pawnee Public Forum, Pop Collectors Alliance, who has an awesome enamel pin available for sale in their store, Geek Together, Four Dorksmen, Secondary Heroes, DC Figures and Collectibles Podcast, Toy Photocast. How about a shout out to Couch Crunchers, Three Beers and a Mic, Funko Funcast, and anybody else I forgot.
And Larry.
Oh yeah,
you're
maybe
wearing
the
a
Totally
shirt.
Rad movie podcast that I think Scott and I are actually going to record this week for the first time in a while.
Yeah, we're still within our 2 weeks.
No, we killed it for like 3 weeks in, but that's okay.
Are we? All right.
Totally Rad movie podcast is not on life support. We are back next week. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We just got to figure out what day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm wearing my Totally Rad movie podcast shirt that I bought at Amazon.com. This is the first time I've worn it. It's a really nice shirt. And guess what? It was only like $12. So if you'd like one, go to Amazon and search Totally Rad Movie Podcast. It'll come up. Free Prime shipping.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So
Jimmy's like,
do your thing, Jeremy.
Do your thing.
For episode 1, 2, 3 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott. This one went bad.
Guys, have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.